Hello, welcome, and thank you for viewing my 3-minute research update. My name is Emmet Power. I am a PhD student at the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. I'm funded by the ULEAD HRB PhD programme in Youth Mental Health Leadership. My supervisors are Professor Mary Cannon and Professor David Cotter. Work Package 1 focuses on adolescent cannabis use and cognition. In Project 1, we conducted a systematic review and meta-analysis of associations between frequent cannabis use in adolescence and intelligence. We found that frequent cannabis use in adolescence was associated with group-level declines in intelligence and follow-up. However, there were no baseline differences present between groups prior to the onset of cannabis use. In the adolescent brain development study, we aimed to investigate whether the onset of cannabis use predicted decline in cognition measured by the matrix battery, a specific tool used for measuring cognition in schizophrenia. Although we did not find any group-level differences in the main analysis, subgroup analyses may be suggestive of specific risks for females. In Work Package 2, we investigated longitudinal data from the Avon Longitudinal Study of Parents and Children, or ALSPAC. In this project, we analysed samples of just under 1,000 young people using multiplex assays to identify peripheral markers of acute and chronic inflammation. In Project 3, we investigated whether childhood trauma was prospectively associated with raised levels of peripheral inflammatory markers in young adulthood. We did not find any robust associations between childhood trauma and later acute inflammatory markers. Investigation of chronic inflammatory markers is underway. Similarly, again, in Project 4, we investigated in the same sample whether cannabis use was associated with altered peripheral inflammation. Again, we did not find any convincing evidence of any association between cannabis and acute inflammatory markers, and further analysis investigating associations with chronic inflammation are underway. Work Package 3 focuses on cannabis use and psychopathology. The aims of Project 5 are to conduct a within-person analysis investigating the associations between cannabis use and psychopathology in longitudinal cohort studies, including the Growing Up in Ireland cohort and the ALSPAC cohort. Most previous research on the topic of adolescent cannabis use and psychopathology relies on between-group differences. However, leveraging longitudinal datasets to conduct within-person analyses may reduce the risk of bias in this research question. Given directionality on an association is the most important feature in causal inference, and only 2 studies previously have used a within-person approach to investigate the association between psychotic symptoms and cannabis, we estimate that this project will have a high impact. Project 6 is a book chapter reviewing causal assumptions and associations between adolescent cannabis use and later schizophrenia. This project will be forthcoming later this year. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me at my email address.